What is going on YouTube? Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Tonight it will be a special birthday edition because today is my 32nd birthday. So shout out to all my fellow Libras. Happy birthday to you all. And I would just want to thank you all ahead of time for the thank you wishes. I love you guys so much. So make sure you guys press the subscribe button. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Make sure you comment, give us some suggestions on what you want us to talk about in the future, or give us some feedback on what your thoughts are on our video. And also make sure you click the notification bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. So I have my co-hosts back with me, Mike, Jennifer, and Tyrone. What's going on, y'all?
Hello.
Hey.
and
Jonathan and what Jonathan meant to say was, if you have he wants to thank you for the birthday wishes.
What did I say?
The thank you wishes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Birthday wishes. I don't know what's going on with me. Yes, birthday wishes. Thank you, Jennifer, for correcting me because I definitely did not realize that I said that.
It's okay, hon. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. So Jennifer, you got our first topic.
Happy birthday.
All right here.
Come on, go up and down the scale for me. That's right.
Okay. We do the most.
You're silly.
All right. Thank you guys for coming and all that good stuff. So, gosh, where we're going to start here is...
That's what she said.
Okay. We're going to start with LeBron James, and I did not call him Lamar Odom
LeBron James.
early today.
LeBron James.
Y'all don't tell nobody. Keep that to yourselves. Anywho, he revealed that he is vaccinated, but it is
not his.
But says it isn't his place to encourage others to do the same.
It's my prerogative.
Yes, it is. And you know what? I personally agree with him. If he doesn't want to share, it's okay to share that you've gotten your vaccine. And then, of course, if a conversation ensues from there, then so be it, you know? But if he doesn't want to be the one to try to spread the gospel of the vaccine so that you can make your decision, he doesn't have to do that. And it's up to everybody to do whatever they want to do, of course. Like even with Nicki Minaj, I believe she already got the vaccine. She's just saying what she want to say just because. But it's all, you don't think she got it? Anywho, so I just that's just how I feel about it. We're vaccinated. Actually, yeah, all of us are vaccinated, but we certainly, of course, are leaving it up to y'all to do it. My mother didn't leave it up to me though. She but how do you feel, Jonathan, about not Lamar Odom, but LeBron James?
Absolutely. I agree with LeBron. When you're in a position like he's in, when there are a lot of eyes on you, sometimes you're expected to speak on certain subjects and sometimes you're not. And so when you're in that position, me personally, I probably would speak on vaccinations and encourage people to get vaccinated. But LeBron James as an individual has his right to, promote it or not. So if he doesn't want to promote it, then he doesn't have to. And I support him in that. He has every right to do whatever the heck he wants to do. And if he doesn't want to try to get everyone to get vaccinated, that is his prerogative. So yeah, I agree. I agree with LeBron's decision not to encourage everyone to do it.
Mike.
Yes, I think that we as people have to not expect celebrities to be the spokesperson for everything out there in the country. To that thing, I take he applied to be a basketball player, not a spokesperson for the vaccine. So let him just play basketball. If he want to encourage his teammates behind closed doors to get vaccinated, then let him do so. But as far as going on a rant about it and going live about it, doing a commercial and all that stuff, he ain't signed up to do that. So let
And
him
he
live
didn't
his
want to.
life. He got his own family and kids and his own bills. So let him do what he wanted to take care of his family.
Exactly. When it comes to divisive issues, that's when celebrities have to choose whether they're going to speak on it or not.
Right.
And this is a divisive issue, although it shouldn't be. It
They
should
made
not
it
be a divisive issue
political.
because it is. I believe that's the reason why he doesn't want to
Yes.
speak on it. And I agree with him. I wouldn't want to either.
It probably would cause more headache in the long run because it'd be so many
Exactly.
negative
Right.
comments about, well, you didn't do that, or people who say, well, you need to do that. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Okay.
Or you could have people boiphing his games.
Right.
Fans might not come to see him if
Again.
he's going to say that. So
Okay. What you think, Tyrone?
I think this is a neutral stance
Yeah.
in the time that we need to be neutral about it. Hey,
Respect
go back to our
everything.
respective corners.
Yeah.
In this, if you don't want to get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine. That's your prerogative. If you get it, you get it.
It is what it is.
But don't be out here spewing out misinformation like some people we know.
And we're just going to leave that there. So,
Which takes us to our next segment.
New York State healthcare workers are basically being fired or at risk to being fired for not having the COVID vaccine. I feel like this is something that I'm not LeBron James, but I don't feel like I need to speak on that either. Because of course in my opinion, oh Lord, my opinion, I do feel like healthcare workers should be vaccinated.
Oh, correct.
But as far as them being fired for not being vaccinated, I don't know. I
Well,
don't
they're not fired. What should they be?
Okay, I have a good. I like what Delta did. What Delta did for the people that decided not to get the vaccine.
Airlines, right? Airlines.
Delta Airlines.
Okay.
Oh no, not the sorority. What Delta Airlines did was basically tax them another $200 simply for the health insurance, simply because it has been proven that if you don't have the vaccine and you have to go to the hospital, Delta got to pay out more to take care of you.
I think it's a difference.
They taxed them.
I think it's a different. Healthcare workers and crew members on the airplanes totally different to me. For me, I feel like if you're a healthcare worker, you're already putting yourself at risk going to work on a daily basis. And you should definitely get vaccinated for me, because I wouldn't want to come to the hospital for maybe I got a split. I fell on the ground and now I have need a stitches in my finger. But because you don't want to get vaccinated, people that you worked with prior to me you now giving me COVID. It's like I think you should get vaccinated to be in the hospital, to be a healthcare worker.
I agree, man.
But I mean, fire. I know how it's hard. It's hard to get a job, but I think that's just. I don't know.
And it's like you see it. You see it every day.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I think there is an alternative to this. Like in the beginning of the pandemic, there were people that did not work in the COVID wing of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They were repurposed to a different floor if they did not desire to be on the COVID wing.
We live in the COVID wing. Everybody's COVID wing.
What?
Going outside is COVID wing.
Look,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, for them, it's a different environment because they have to put on all this gear to go into that area of the hospital versus going that regular routine.
well, what about this? Maybe we should open a doctor's office strictly for people who doesn't want to get vaccinated and send the unvaccinated people to them.
That would be
Yes,
a
that sounds
drug.
all right.
Since you don't want to put us at risk, how much you just go ahead and put yourself at risk in their own facility?
Where I do think they've gone a little bit far is not allowing them to get unemployment.
Oh,
Well, then I feel bad.
wow.
I understand.
I feel bad all the way around. What were you going to say,
Yeah, it's horrible.
Jonathan?
I was going to say, when you're in this line of work, in my opinion, in my just humble opinion, you just must govern yourself accordingly. You're in the medical field. This is a medical issue. you're in an environment where this thing is running rampant and you don't want to get vaccinated, but it is your job to be amongst those people, you got to do what you got to do.
Something like
So
murder.
for me,
Mm.
I feel that that they took those measures because this is a serious thing. And personally, I do agree with it. And I feel like, if you don't want to get fired, then go ahead and get the vaccine. To me, I would understand if there were more setbacks to getting vaccines, if there were more side effects, if there were more things that happened to you because of it. But it's nothing. It's nothing. So, like, if this is your job and you're required to get vaccinated, do what you got to do or find another place to work. It's just as simple as that to me.
We gotta move on. I'm sorry. We talking about COVID for too long. I know we didn't go talk on any topic forever in a hot long day. But yes, that's how we feel about it, y'all. Man, prayers out to everybody that lost their job. It really sucks. But oof. Anywho, speaking of lost ones, Kelly Price. She was missing.
Jonathan hit it, Jonathan. What you said? What did you say, Jonathan?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Nothing. What did the lady say for Kelly Price?
What you were what? What was that? Huh?
I died.
I flatlined.
Listen, I flatlined. Let me not make a joke out of this right here. In case it was true.
Ooh, and that's a really light just in case.
Very light, lowercase.
Okay, so let me give you guys the little bit of a rundown that I do have about this. I paid attention to this story simply because I watched Larry Reid live. So, okay.
Shout out to LRLs.
So we went. I ain't going nowhere, Lord Jesus. So it came out one day that Kelly Price was missing. And then not just regular old missing. She was missing on the registry. She on the registry,
here in Georgia.
like the children, God bless their souls, that's lost and stuff. She was on the actual registry here in Georgia, and she actually lives in Marietta, which is like where we're at.
Wow.
So they have a missing persons thing for her, right? I guess people got really nervous because the last thing we've heard from Kelly Price is the last thing we heard from Kelly Price was that she had COVID-19 and she was battling. So I think people were under the impression that she might be flatlined or like passed away, or go ahead, Tyrone.
Oh Lord, Kelly
Oh,
done
Lord.
gone to glory. Look, Kelly.
Anywho,
Kelly, get your wings.
so these are all the stories that pretty much came out because of that. So we hear that her and her family are at odds with each other. So they don't speak to each other. So when they made the missing persons thing or whatever, they don't even talk. So there's no reason for that to be happening or whatever, right? They say that her and her boyfriend, they were talking about her boyfriend possibly being, a domestic abuse kind of dude or whatever. So maybe he got her, whatever. People were trying to figure out when the last time they saw her. There was some kind of story about her getting a job out in Las Vegas, getting somewhat of a residency with a few other people, and these people saw her be abused by her then boyfriend. Then found out she has a marriage certificate out there in Nevada. They thought it was one dude, and now the people are saying it's another dude.
All these
she's
five
married to.
lies that's been said so far.
And then out of nowhere, because here's my thing. If you don't want people talking about the fact that you're missing, you say, "Hey guys, it's me. I'm not going nowhere." She chose to do that the day after she actually went live with Larry Reid Live. Excuse me, not she. Her sister went live on Larry Reid Live. Maybe to try to look better, because it looks crazy for you to be missing, people trying to find you, but you will laugh and not under the stress. So I'm just gonna give it away. All of this sounds like foolish
A bunch
shenanigans.
of
To be
BS.
honest, in my opinion, I don't feel we know the whole story.
Of course not.
And I also feel that we're gonna learn more. We're already well acquainted with her antics from R&B divas who's combative now.
Go there, Kelly.
So I don't have a whole lot of words to this. So many things have been said. Y'all can have it. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Personally, to me, this only word that I can think of is foolishness.
Mm.
It just sounds like foolishness. And it's really, really sad when you're that separated from your family that they don't know your whereabouts.
Your child,
And right,
your
and she
children.
and Kelly has no qualms with this whatsoever. It's almost like not that I won't say that she's proud that she doesn't have seem to have a relationship with her family, but she doesn't seem sad about it. So I don't know. To me, I'm just gonna wait until more information comes out. But I honestly don't know how to feel. To be honest, I really don't care that much.
Okay, let's keep that
But
funky.
hey, that it is what it is. Like I'll just wait for more information. What do you think, Mike?
I heard they said that they that okay, the man that was dating Kelly Price's mother, or they were together, they were married, I don't know. But that man spoke out. He was a bishop too.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke out and said they never visited their mother. Kelly never visited their mother. When they found out she was sick, they never visited. When they found out she passed away, she never visited. And and of course, no funds were allocated to help with her funeral from Kelly. Basically, it's like she over
Oh
here
wow.
crying. She's going over like having an emotional breakdown. I lost my mother. I lost this person and that person. Are these not the same people that you said you were in relationship with in the first place?
Oh,
Hmm.
it gets worse, or even better. She opens the foundation in her mother's name. Allegedly.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I'm not even going to speak of the family dynamics because sometimes being away from family is what you need to have happen.
Agreed.
So I don't know what the dynamic is with the family, but the entire story from point A to point Z so far is like a bunch of full of BS.
Okay,
me,
all over the
My
place.
thing is, Kelly, you are at least a CB celebrity. I mean, I don't know which one you are, but if you were sick in the hospital and you was on what's the word ICU and you flatlined, it would have been a story, something on your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, telling all your fans who do listen to you that you are sick. Please pray for Kelly. Was it Kelly Rowland? Excuse me, Lord, not Kelly Rowland.
Okay, because Kelly's all right.
Right.
Rolling
Kelly
is
Rowland's
all
all
right.
right, but we would have known. Like, when were you sick? Was it like last month or was it this month? 'Cause it felt like how the story came out. It was like last week, but now this week you on live
Right.
talking about you flatline. I don't know anybody who out the hospital who just died last week. Me personally.
And
Right.
just fill that hole.
So, like Kelly, maybe you was responsive to their questions, but I don't think you died. And then I've been right here 30 years, and usually when people die, they always have some kind of story. I saw lights. I saw something
Mhm.
white. You ain't see because you didn't die, Kelly. You didn't
Oh,
die.
she
Okay,
ain't flatline.
you ain't flatline girl.
Uh-oh.
I
Okay,
don't.
but you can sing though. Why do another song? But don't come
Okay.
on live telling these lies.
Oh,
Right.
what y'all think about Nikki Gilbert coming out trying to say, "Oh, I spoke with"?
I don't think Nick Gilbert said anything different than what the fans was already saying.
Mm.
To me, now Nikki Gilbert, she does have a history from the show I've seen to
As
now.
does Kelly.
Yeah, as
Right.
is Kelly,
Mhm.
of talking too much sometimes and just saying a lot of things that sometimes is halfway true and halfway fabricated.
Hey, man.
But she still didn't say anything that fans wasn't already saying.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Kelly.
So
Kelly was the Nikki of the LA R&B divas.
Absolutely.
Nikki was the Atlanta R&B divas, shake 'em upper, and Kelly was the LA R&B diva.
Kelly, I know Kelly Rowland, Kelly Price.
Sorry, Kelly Rowland.
Like LeBron James and Lamar Odom.
See?
We still got the same name down.
Oh.
Got it.
But Kelly Price, I know she lost a lot of fans on that show for how she acted on that show because she was a real on that show.
You could say it.
It was the Wizard.
She did call it the
did say on
Wizard.
the reunion, didn't she?
Oh my God.
And they asked her who the Wizard
wow.
was, and she would not say she didn't drink my name.
You didn't say who the Wizard was.
Lying.
It was
If I was on TV
the
looking
Wizard.
like a mess, I would have said whoever name to clear my name.
Well, she should have said it was the demon that was in her.
Right.
But
I
my
was a
thing,
little
Kelly,
loud on that. I'm sorry, y'all.
like Lil Mo said, they didn't show nothing that they didn't happen that you didn't do. Like you can't show it if you didn't do it.
Right. Exactly.
You came on that show acting a damn fool with
Well-
your Vaseline and straight edge and a Timberland boot.
And your Timberland boots. Right.
Ooh, talking about who's being combative now.
Who's being combative?
And my thing is, even how you on that live answering those questions with the lady. I don't know anybody who just passed away is still got a nasty background of an attitude. Like she's still like Yana says, my experience with you is very nasty.
It's
Very
nasty.
And you know
really.
another thing too, almost everybody that I've known that went to the hospital for COVID, right? They've all lost major weight.
Now, she got sent home early. As they said, she got sent home early.
But when you're
And she went to the hospital at COVID and she died.
she
Flatline.
should have been a whole new person, in my opinion. But that's simply my opinion.
Maybe the little plastic thing came off your fat ass, Kelly. I'm sorry. I get that out.
No, you can edit it.
Nah,
No,
eh,
be yourself
that's in there.
because
That's in there.
yeah,
That was
I just
real
don't like
crazy.
people who lie for no reason. Like she just lying for no reason. Like Kelly, you are such a straight up person,
you
and
would
I
think.
you gained a fan of me on that show, and you also just kind of turned me like against you on that show too. Like because I wasn't a Kelly Price fan or anything. I knew she could sing, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I love her. But I learned all her music from that show.
Mhm.
Like I love that girl can sing. She's very talented. Can't take nothing away from her. But your attitude is so nasty, so nasty.
So rude.
Like it just makes me want to.
No.
Yeah, it's not even like and the thing is like it's disguised as being nice nasty, but it's not even nice nasty. It's just plain old
And this
nasty.
is what
She
people
thinks because she doesn't raise her voice when she gets her attitude that she's not being mean.
Right.
But
Exactly.
but my experience of you, baby, is very nasty. Okay.
a lot of
Very
people
nasty
say she's
attitude.
bipolar, man. And I'm like,
Well, I mean-
this is
Bipolar.
not bipolarism. This is not bipolarism.
She's just nasty. Okay,
It's
guys.
nasty.
We don't like her. We don't like
Well,
Kelly. She
sang.
sang a couple of good songs, and
Now who's
and she-
manipulating who? when
and she
said-
also did really good background for Mariah Carey. So
Well, maybe the wizard.
move
she
on.
out here talking about people
We know
manipulating
she
her
A
daughter.
list. She A plus list.
She, you know,
Manipulating your daughter how?
Anywho, so let's move on. Anywho, so it was announced. Was it like 2 days ago that R. Kelly
Monday.
another Kelly.
Speaking of Kelly's, R. Kelly
Kelly.
has been found guilty of the racketeering charge that he has and other charges. I'll pull that up so that I may be able to be more specific. But it looks like his money is drying up because of all
Negative
the
$2 million is what his net worth is.
that's what we've seen. Negative
Oh
$2
my
million.
God, that hurt my feelings. I know he hurt.
I feel
Shoot, I know his lawyer hurt. I want my
Right.
money now. But
like,
yeah. So
man, I
what's
can see how that just like rack up so
yeah,
fast.
so it's a lot of
You
money.
got all these mansions all over the country. You got
Well, they
some
all
of them-
went up for sale.
all these people on your payroll.
Who in payroll? So he ain't got no bandmates. I mean, he ain't going no concert. Well, lawyers.
Well, let's be real as well. He doesn't. Okay, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, he doesn't own his master still.
What?
So that's why he's had to do the shows and stuff like that. You know, he has so many songs out there that have been so successful, but he absolutely, from what we've seen, he does not own his master. So that means that he's not really making money off of the music that he has created previously.
They pay him what they want.
But he wrote for so many people on writing.
Well, see,
Houston.
Let me. Can I break the music?
Go ahead, music.
We got time to break it down?
No, we don't have time to do that. Hold on.
Yeah,
no, we don't have. Just give us a very brief synopsis.
Go ahead. Let that give us a little thing
from the music industry issues here. If you don't own your masters, that means you don't get your publishing rights. You only get your artist performance portion of it. And when you don't have your publishing, you do not get to say who gets to use your stuff. You have to rely on the labels and the publishers to do all of that for you. Therefore, you're leaving money on the table.
For example, that's why Whitney Houston had to have somebody else sing her parts on that movie. Deborah Cox sung it.
Okay, yeah, with the Whitney biopic on Lifetime.
Probably the second one. And there's about 800 of them out there right now.
Gotcha.
Well, this R. Kelly, I just feel this way, and I'm just going to say the way I have to say.
Say it.
I feel somewhat bad for him, not because of what he did was not right. I mean, it was definitely wrong. Definitely wrong. But I feel like his childhood has been such an issue. I feel like we should, not we, people in his camp should have been trying to, from the first time he was accused, really should have been trying to push him in the right direction instead of worrying about a coin. Like, just really help his brother out. And I don't know. I mean, the man is so talented. It's like all that has now gone down the drain and gone to a waste. The music would. I love this man's music so much. Like this, I remember saying "I Believe I Can Fly" at church when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like, this man has been a part of my life for a long time, and this one went down the drain. I mean, what he did was so wrong, but I really feel like everybody's blaming R. Kelly, but I really feel like the people who should be convicted is R. Kelly, the parents, his bandmates, people who's in the studio started stuff, everybody around who started stuff, and the girls too. I feel like all of them should be in jail because they, well, not some of the girls. I mean, a trip with that. The parents of the girls, the uncles, the bandmates, everybody who was there should have. Sparkle too.
Now that my dear, that's one of the girls that need to be in there, including the Haltons. So, and
that means Aaliyah's parents. For everybody who don't know, Aaliyah's parents. They don't know her whole name probably. Okay, I've been around some time. We know.
but you know what? I do agree. But we have to remember that this was a grown man. A powerful grown man, and at the end of the day, unfortunately, people felt like he needed to be happy, and they continue to do what they need to do to make that man happy. What were you gonna say, Jonathan?
I was going to say I actually agree with Mike. I do feel bad for him, like on the inside. Like I feel bad for him. I really do. And I initially I thought it was because of the fact that, his education, it wasn't the best. And the fact that, he doesn't know how to read and write and things of that nature, that I thought it was that. But I think it's more just his entire situation, like we see where it started. It started because, he himself was sexually assaulted as a child. And we see over and over again that, it just, it's a cycle. However, when you do the crime, you have to do the time. So And right now, they said that his sentencing is not scheduled until May of next year, May 4th. And I believe that's because he still has other charges that are pending, that he has to go to court for. And maybe they just want to do all his sentencing at one time. But, I really do, like, on the inside, I feel bad. I really do feel bad for R. Kelly because of what he got himself into. And there is no turning back. And that's what I'm sad about. I'm sad about that.
And I think it's more upsetting also me and my homegirls because it's just, everybody right now is talking about him and so against him. Like, it's shows dedicated for getting at him. Like, it's nothing positive coming his way at all. And that can break anybody down. It doesn't matter what the crime was. That can break anybody. Like, it's nothing. And I know people probably saying, well, did you not know what he did to people like those girls? I understand. I understand he was wrong in what he did. But gosh, it's like he has nothing positive coming his way.
Well, you the positive that you put out is the positive that you get back.
Right. And what I said, that doesn't mean
in the midst of the stuff being done, I mean, he has done some great things too. I must say, like, as far as reviving people's careers who no longer had one.
But he did that for a price. He didn't do that at the kindness of his heart.
I'm just going to put it like this. I'm going to separate Ronald Kelly and R. Kelly from each other. I'm going to stick by R. Kelly. Ronald Kelly can go to jail. So I'm just going to separate the two.
But you know what? I understand that, especially being a lover of his music. I certainly understand that. But, the Robert Kelly, you're right. He is getting what he put out. And he deserves everything that he's receiving. It sucks that people like him, but I do feel like he deserves it. Go. What you gonna say, Tyrone? He had his hand up with this whole.
That TikTok which I'm gonna stick beside him.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
Only R. Kelly though. Only R. Kelly.
Yeah, the music video R. Kelly.
The music side, but the pedophile. Not him. We're not gonna stick beside him.
Not him.
Is that your best friend? That's my friend. I will stick beside him.
That's my friend.
R. Kelly has a very, very, very,
Ronald Kelly.
Big Ronald Kelly.
Ronald, I thought his name was Robert.
Robert.
His name is.
Oh, I'm calling him Ronald the whole time.
No, just this last time you called him Ronald.
Oh, Lord.
Robert Kelly here does have a friend and advocate in none other than Bill Cosby, who said he got steamrolled.
Yeah, I saw that.
He shouldn't be in there like that.
What do you mean shouldn't be steamrolled?
He needs to go to therapy and everything.
He does. But here's the thing. He can go to therapy while he's in jail because of the things that he did to all of these men and women that have been on the stand to talk about the horrible things that he's done. Even the managers, even the pastor that married Aaliyah and Robert.
Did I believe that story for real?
I believe it. It sounds true to me.
Yeah,
the marriage license came out back then.
It absolutely
it really happened.
And the manager actually told the story of how he got her a fake ID so she can get the marriage license and have her name on it. And they basically wanted them legally married so she can get an abortion.
Right.
And her parents not know about it.
Yep.
Right. Because they felt like she was pregnant. And that was the entire reason why he wanted to marry her, so that.
Well, he did that back in the day, because this was now we would have known every detail of everything. He did it.
You got to.
Yeah.
And that's why I say the Haltons. I think that's one of the reasons why her music was held back for so long. Because they're guilty because of what they did to her. They didn't protect her. There's even somebody on the stand in that same case was talking about how they went to the back of the tour bus and saw Robert Kelly and Aaliyah having sex.
Yeah, I saw that on Surviving R. Kelly when she told that story, and
she told that story on Under
my heart.
See, I had to stop watching that show because it was just so deep. I think I was like the 5th episode of the first one. And I was like, I can't take no more. I can't take it anymore.
Because they were so deep. I do believe that a lot of the parents, they were stupid to let someone under the age of 15 to be out there in freaking
unsupervised.
and then sign things off to say that, okay, cool, y'all can go take care of them. That's anywho. I'm gonna just leave it there. He's guilty,
He's
and
guilty.
and there are more court cases to
3
come,
other cities.
including this one down here in Atlanta. So,
Ooh.
y'all
Well,
buckle
R.
up.
Kelly, I'm gonna I'm just gonna say you're talented, but Robert, you're gonna be behind bars for a long time, buddy. Andrea Kelly, I hope you got some money saved, baby, because
Let
your
me tell
checks
you
have now
something.
stopped.
I don't even know why she out there talking.
Right. Well, the thing, you know what I don't like her also? When the first Ready to Tell My Story documentary came out,
Mhm.
she was on there crying and doing all this stuff, but then after the documentary came out, she did a live on Instagram talking about don't talk about down to him because he has saved people careers and
Yeah, I remember that.
choose each way you're gonna be, okay? Which way you gonna be, girl? Are you gonna talk down to him or are you gonna lift him up?
One or the other.
Because my thing is, I don't think you're so guilty. I think you might be a little guilty in this thing too. Because
I believe so as well.
how
Because
you
she
in one
was,
room and everybody else in the other room?
Low key
Exactly.
implemented herself.
she was married to the man
Yeah.
while the man was still doing all those things. There
In
were
the same house.
there's an
In the same
overlap of
house.
all these other girls.
Yeah.
And
Right.
but he pick a time for me to come out the girl.
Like she didn't have a real marriage. She just had, a boyfriend girlfriend relationship with somebody that was hardly there in her life.
Yeah, she had a
They're long enough
relationship
to have
of
babies.
convenience.
Yeah, there's something about her story don't add up too.
That's it, Jonathan.
Yeah.
But anywho, we're not going to continue to talk about this foolishness unless you would like for us to talk more about this foolishness. If you want to get our opinion on anything, please go down in about to say description box. Please go down into the comments and go ahead and give us your questions or comments so we can continue to have the conversation. We are certainly looking in those comments. Yeah, yes, Ty.
And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and subscribe today. Yeah,
Today.
you right there. That's looking right now. Go ahead, do it.
While Michael is
Do
yawning.
I hope I can sneeze. I'm gonna hit Mike so hit the mute
Hold on, now I'm
button.
yawning.
About something coming.
Anywho.
And y'all share this video.
Yeah, share this video with your homies and friends and stuff like that. Let's get a part of the conversation. But the last thing that we have today is, of course, we like to talk about life in general for the last part of our video. So we wanted to discuss what are the breakup etiquette that we need to be following. Gosh, man. Part of the reason why this came up is because of the whole Jenny Mai thing and her ex coming out of nowhere, it seems, after she got pregnant with her husband's baby.
Jeremiah Jenkins.
And it really felt like a whole lot of hate. So simply from that, one piece of etiquette that I would ask of anybody that has an ex: move on, move forward, and live your life.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Let it go. Let them go. When you
Go
break
on now.
up,
Your previous relationship, let it go.
Go on now. Get out of here.
like that's it. You just let
it
them go. And although I've never been in a relationship before, I've dealt with others, and I've had the same. I've had issues with others that I've dealt with in the past, and once you get to a point to where you know that you're not going back, mean that thing, and when you mean that thing, move on with your life.
Agreed.
What if you know you're not going back? Can you remain friends?
I certainly think it's possible because a lot of relationships are built upon friendship. And if y'all know how to not have sex anymore, if y'all know that having a relationship together really just ain't for y'all, it is certainly possible to have a friendship. Certainly.
Right. And it's even more important when there are children involved. When there are children involved, you really got to be on your best behavior when you're dealing with with the other parent in the situation. So
The father and mother of the child. And what you over there shaking your head for about being friends?
The songwriter RL said it best. We can't be friends.
but you gotta listen to the stipulation.
Oh Lord.
He said
I'm
because
still in love.
That's it. If you still in
That's
love, you don't
right.
need to be a friend.
I can't be your friend.
Well, I have a scenario.
And that
Okay. Let's hear it.
So I have two friends that were once together,
Okay.
and they're no longer together, but they were together for like maybe I just say 10 years, a long time. They were living together. When they broke up, one just moved to a different room, so they were still not together, but living in the same household.
Mm-hmm.
While living in the same household, they still were dating other people, which is weird to me. But anywho, long story short, they don't live together anymore. One is now engaged to somebody else, and the ex came to the birthday party this past weekend, and they announced their they announced that they're engaged in front of everybody.
Oh,
like, would you invite your ex to like the engagement party or the announcement of the engagement? I mean, also to the cookout too the next day.
Right. For me, it really depends on the relationship that you have with your ex. If you think that they can conduct themselves well and you really know each other, like you're past the point to where you know you're not going to get back together. You know that there is no temptation whatsoever. If you're at that point to where you're strong enough and that other person is an adult about the situation, then yes. Is it a good idea? For me, in general, it would not. But that's because most people, most people wouldn't be able to get together. Personally, I would probably not do that.
Jonathan, I was about to say, but you was okay with that. I'm like, I don't see you being okay.
No, I wouldn't be okay with that. But it would have to be like it's probably a very rare occasion that would work out in a good way because there wasn't an altercation or a skirmish at the event, was there?
As the fiance, I feel that would be the person who wasn't in. If the client was either one of them, I feel that'd be disrespectful towards me by you inviting your ex. For me, I feel I'm not saying that you cannot be friends with your ex, because if you've been together for so long, I know your parents or your friends, we probably share friends, so I understand the relationship that way. Like we can be friends, but as far as you being invited to where my future boyfriend or future fiance is going to be at, I feel like for me that might be crossing the line for me. Because why would you even want to be there where you see all your people that was also supporting you now supporting somebody else? And then let me tell you what happened. One person even said, they're like, hey, this is Brute. Oh, shoot. This is so-and-so. He was like, oh, aren't you the ex of so-and-so? And I was like, ooh. That would be so awkward for me. That would be like,
yeah.
I'm glad when it happened, though. But I was like, oh, my God, why are you here?
Yeah, if everyone's not going to be an adult about the situation and not let the shade creep in, then that's the only way that it will work out. But, what are the chances of that happening?
Are we boring you, Jan?
I'm so sorry. Anywho,
Long day.
So I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking a lot about this one. Okay,
because it's each his own, but
they were in a relationship.
Uncomfortable.
They were together for 10 years. You said
10 years. So or if not more, it was good for a long time. I know that.
Okay, so for a very long time, and even after they
broke up, they were still living together.
Continued to live together. And that in that space, you can really find how to really cohabitate and be in the same space as somebody without there being an issue.
Right.
I think, here are my thoughts. It really does depend on the person because there's a chance that within the new relationship that was forged, right? This was, yes, he's my ex, but he is also a friend. We lived together for a long time. And for things like that to be upfront and also to show that there's no competition, because I already know what that one has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think it's possible to do that. Now, I think it's not cool for you because that's not what's cool for you. I think that's just the way that you feel about it, Mike. I think that's something that if
I think if I was I'm the ex and I'm at my ex-boyfriend's fiance party, whatever it was.
Yeah,
I'm at the
party.
engagement party. I'm the ex. I would feel like this. I really let this man go, and now he getting married. Like I the one made him who he is. I helped do that right here. And you're taking the credit for what I did.
Think about this. What if he's not thinking like that? What if he's saying?
Right.
Yes.
What if he's saying?
And that's why it wouldn't be right for you, Mike, because that's how you're thinking.
Yes.
Your thought
Yeah,
process.
I'm all about the saying is, I'm over here getting ready for somebody else. No, you're not about to do all this work and you're just gonna go somebody else and take what I built.
It's apparent they found that they weren't good for each other. And after they found out they weren't good for each other, to be honest, it sounds like there was encouragement to find somebody else that you were good for. And there's no love loss in that kind of situation. It's like there's still some kind of respect there. They were able to bear each other enough to still live together after they broke up. I do
Wasn't
think
perfect, trust me.
I can say that there's a possibility that they might actually be amicable in this situation.
Yes,
Because to be like that, because I wouldn't, just like you said, I wouldn't jump in a situation to be like, okay, I'm the ex. Why am I even here? But you guys are in the same circle, right?
Well, I'm in yes and no.
Kind of.
We're when you're together with somebody for a long time, you kind of have some of the same friends.
Yeah.
But so I'm still cool with both parties.
So
And
basically, he was still able to function in that space.
Yes. And
He
I don't
was
think it's
alone.
no animosity or anything. I just feel like, but this is what I know.
Yeah.
I do know that, because they've been together for so long, that I think if one of them calls and say, I need help, I think the other one will be there like this.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm like, I don't want anyone at an engagement party who has seen your love faces.
I understand that.
I'm trying to think if that was the case for me.
Like anybody that you talk to, or you like one night things. I can let those go. Like those are not, I don't care about those, but
They were at the wedding.
Wait, hold on. Let me mute this. Hold on.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. I was trying to think too. Was one of Jennifer's exes at her wedding? 'Cause I don't think he was.
Oh,
But,
no, I'm
you know,
good.
I
That'd
could
be
be
good
wrong,
show,
Jeff.
girl. Good show. I'm
Oh wait,
Oh my Lord, they are really talking about this thing. Oh my
on the
goodness.
couch. Take your shoes off.
Like this is a serious
Right.
situation.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
we gotta start straight now.
We're not gonna have no football next time, are we? We're gonna have
No. But yeah, I haven't had that situation myself. But then again, it's not like, yo,
Oh my goodness. They are really doing this. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I did
Yep.
have one person.
Yep. I just found out about that. Like
That was at our wedding.
this year.
That saw
you
us
know at
on
the
the
time?
faces, and we're still friends to this day. And
I-
he knows.
And I knew, but I just found out about it and I was like,
But you even know how like
Jonathan, when I tell you this, your
I
mind
kind of knew something
going to
happened.
implode. You hear me?
Okay.
And I was like, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
She's mine.
I don't know. Like you can be cool with your ex. For me, you could be cool as far as if you want to check up on him every once in a while, like, hey, how you doing? Whatever, blase. That's cool, but coming up into what we got going on, baby, it ain't for me.
Well, all of that comes with a conversation.
Exactly.
So all you
Agreed.
have to do is, of course, make sure that your boundaries are set and they're made clear.
We're a future boo. Just know it don't have to be no conversation. Just know it ain't going down.
No, it needs to be. No,
Right,
it
Tyler?
needs to be a conversation.
Mike, you messing
You
around
got to
and it
talk.
happened, and you can be like, "Daggone, I told myself all the way back in 2021 I wouldn't be doing this."
I'm trying to
Or
think, like,
you might
okay,
want to have the conversation just in case it happens involuntarily, so you know how to act
Yeah.
around that person. So yeah, you might want to have
And
that
then it's
conversation either
like
way.
it's not even about having to know how to act around that person. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna just make sure you know this. I don't want there to be any secrets or for any moments for you to feel like anybody over here is chuckling about what we've done. You know what I'm saying? So that's just got to keep it open, keep the communication open with that. But I understand, Mike. I understand everything you said.
yeah, I don't
Right.
think I'll be okay with. I don't know if I'm like, why are you here? Like, I wouldn't be mean or anything. I would just be like wondering, like, why would you even want to come to what we got going on? Like,
Maybe
I'm
they
sure you
still
want
want
your
to be friends.
Right. Yeah. For me, it would be uncomfortable. I believe I would be uncomfortable in any of those situations.
yeah.
Probably the most uncomfortable if it was my husband's ex who was showing up. I
Mm.
think that would probably hit me pretty hard, but it's different for everyone.
Then I see my future boo friend that I really don't like. They already chugging it up together and laughing.
Man.
Wow.
But once again, to stop those types of situations from happening, you can absolutely and always have conversation and be clear about where you guys stand in your relationships. Because if that's not something that you're cool with, or if you're not comfortable with having that person there, all they can do is respect that, especially if they love you. So
Yes.
move on
That-
and move forward like that.
Right, exactly. Well,
Oh,
thank you guys so much for joining us tonight again on this special edition on my birthday. Once again, thank you all
happy
for the birthday
birthday!
wishes. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you click the thumbs up button, be sure to leave us a comment, give us a suggestion, or give us some feedback, and make sure you click that notification bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. You can catch Mike on his social medias. What are your social medias, Mike?
Mr. Real 121 at the very bottom of the screen on Instagram and also on Twitter.
And Jennifer and Tyrone, your social medias.
On my Instagram, I am JStarBright. Even on what's it called? TikTok, I'm JStarBright. I don't do that stuff though. You'll see a few pictures of me though.
And I am Mr. TD McCullum all around.
Wonderful. And on Instagram, I am JoJo_3020. And if you want to find me on Facebook, it's just my middle and last name, Jonathan Lee. So thank you guys once again for joining us, and we will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Goodbye, y'all. Have a wonderful